just received an Emmy nomination for his work on the brilliant sketch comedy show Key and Peele. Right now, you can see him as an ambitious improv comedian trying to make his best impression in the new film, Don't Think Twice. Take a look. Please welcome the always funny Keegan Michael Key.
I wouldn't even buy a selfie stick. Just wouldn't even buy one. Wouldn't even invest in it.
Did you get a good look, Chef?
We stay classy. We stay classy at the talk.
Super classy, yeah. Very good for my ego.
Now, we just saw a little of your Liam Neeson impression in the clip, and you do so many incredible celebrity impressions.
Yeah.
Have you ever run into somebody that you've done and, like, had them react? Like, these people up front need help.
I have done, I was in the movie Pitch Perfect 2, and Snoop Dogg was in it. We had a scene together, a couple of scenes together, and I used to do an impression of him on Mad TV. And when he came on set, he walked right past me, and he just kind of looked at me with, like, his eyes were kind of like slid like this. And he walked by, he was like, "You've been a bad, bad boy."
Oh my God. Your big breakthrough came with Mad TV, Mad TV, where you worked with your now partner, Jordan Peele.
Really good.
How did you first get the gig? Was it easy?
It's funny. I was in Chicago. I was working at the Improv Theater, the Second City, and I just got the call to come out here to audition. And Jordan had already been on the show. He'd been on the show for about 6 months. And then we found out that we were kind of competing against each other. So my partner, in all of his infinite wisdom, he said, "Why don't we just write all of our scenes together and make it necessary that we're both in them, and then they can't fire either one of us." And I said, "That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's do that." And that's what we did. And then they kept us both on the show. And when we do table reads for the sketches, we wouldn't read our sketches. We would write our sketches ahead of time, rehearse them, memorize them, block them, and then we'd perform them for the executive producer. So that, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, we were like, let's just make it so they have to do the sketch.
That's right. I love that.
That's genius.
By the way, in that little picture of you at the shorts, even I was looking at your face.
It's gonna be too big to get out of here.
Now, we want to congratulate you on the great reviews for Don't Think Twice.
I know.
Right now, it's at 100% fresh on Rotten.
Yay! I think we're somewhere upwards of like a middle of like, it's like 50 to 56 reviews.
Wow.
And it's 100%. It's been amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it follows this improv group that's struggling to make it, and they live in pretty humble situation. So do you have any nightmare apartment stories before you made it?
Oh God, yes. I lived with Jordan, and sometimes he'd be gone, and I would go to wash the dishes, and you pretty much have to put a hazmat suit on to wash the dishes in our apartment. And there were 2 occasions where I remember being at the sink, and I'm telling you the plates moved. I'm telling you the plates grew, something grew, and I was like, it's a rat! And then you get in there, and there's no rats or anything. You know what I mean? And it's like, what's going on? So the food has a life of its own. But that was okay. I mean, in that particular situation, you know the Oscar and Felix? Like in any other situation, I'm Oscar. Other than this situation, it was ridiculous. And then back home in Detroit, I lived with like 3 other guys, and in that house, I think the rats moved out. It was ridiculous. The rats moved out. It was really, really ridiculous. Yeah, like, I can't can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
So the characters in the film all have day jobs to pay the bills and do improv at night. Okay, did you have any interesting jobs before you made it?
I did. I did singing telegrams. Oh, I did singing telegrams. I wasn't I wasn't stripping. They tried to ask me if I would do it, and I did not have enough self-esteem at the time. So I did not do the stripping. I played a Grim Reaper. I had this big Grim Reaper head that I'd put on, and then I would sing like songs. Yeah, but for 40th birthdays. Yeah. For 40th birthdays, it was a Grim Reaper. And they would send me like to offices in people's cubicles in front of everybody else. And it's like, this is the day your youth will pass away. Like that was the song. It was just the worst thing ever. Every time I did one, I was freaking out like someone's gonna punch me in the face through my Grim Reaper mask. It was crazy.
Well, you're obviously such a funny guy, and like your character in the film, you're a very gifted improver. I'm very lucky that I get to work with you firsthand on Whose Line Is It Anyway, and watch you work your magic. You're so funny. We always, whenever Keegan shows up, we're like, phew. The show's going to be hilarious top to bottom. But you once had a very harsh reminder that improv comedy and stand-up comedy are not the same thing.
Two different worlds.
So tell us about that.
I was at the Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View, California, in Silicon Valley, and Jordan and I had been talked into doing this improv show. We went on stage after a night of people performing and getting bluer and bluer and dirtier as the night went on. The attitude of the crowd got a little more festive as the night went on. And that's not Jordan and I's cup of tea. And we just started talking, and then the booze started. No! In about 3 minutes, there were 12,000 people booing us. A huge venue, 12,000 people booing us. We usually do shows that are 20 minutes long. At the end of the show, we sing a song. Yeah. At the 5-minute mark, Jordan turns to me and goes,
"Sing."
So you want to sing a song? Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's get the hell out of here.
Keegan,